What is up, guys? Welcome to the Sprint. It's your girl, Daphne. Thank you guys so much for spending your afternoon and evening with us, taking that break from that heavy news cycle of the day. And you guys already know, news cycle is getting all kind of crazy after the whole conviction with President Donald Trump and all that good stuff. Yeah. It's getting pretty intense right now, which is why on the Sprint, we take a moment to just take a step back from all that, say, hold up, let me calm down, let me get my blood pressure back low, and let's just talk about stuff that'll at least put a smile on your face or warm your heart. For example, coming up later in the Sprint, we got this story right here. Everybody loves pet, but if you're looking at this particular cat, you see it's injured. Well, my question to you, how far would you go to try to do something to save your pet's life? Well, get this. This is a man who was also homeless going out his way to figure out how he could get some medical attention for his cat. It's a really sweet story, and I can't wait for you guys to see it because, again, when I watched it earlier, I was just like, that actually made me really smile, almost choke up a little bit. So I pray that hopefully he gets the help that he needs, especially because he's raising money from the public to try to get that cat into the vet. But we're going to get to that later on. Up first, we got to get to some local issues. Got to close the door on some of the things. For example, literally the Grandin Village staple has closed its doors, and we're talking about Farm Bugesa. Since Farm Bugesa Grandin location has now closed permanently with its last day of operation being on June 1st. Announcement was made on Facebook Friday evening. Staff says the decision was made in the best interest of their family and future, and now focusing their sole efforts on their Vinton location, which will remain open Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. So if you like Farm Bugesa, you'll have to go to the Vinton location and not the Grandin location. I actually went to the Grandin Village location before. I had that for the first time, and it was actually a really, really good burger. So either way, it's good that they're not closing all of their doors, but if you guys need a new location or a different location, and this is the one that you normally go to, you're just going to have to go to Vinton, which is not that far away. Let's give some love to some Virginia Tech students right now, man. 2 Virginia Tech students being recognized as the nation's best and brightest in collegiate sports broadcasting. The Kyle Marchat and Giovanni Heater have been best friends since the middle school, and now that they're helping each other achieve their dreams of becoming a play-by-play broadcasters. Kyle was recognized as the first team finalist for the Jim Nance Award, and Giovanni was recognized as the second team. This is the second year in a row that they've both been finalists in the program put on by Sportscasters Talent Agencies of America, and hundreds of hopeful students submit their best work in broadcasting.
It's really exciting, more so just because I get to put the program in a national spotlight. I think Virginia Tech Sports Media is starting something really, really special right now. And to be a part of that is really exciting and humbling for me.
So there are some of the Virginia Tech's highest placing students in the program since alumni Evans Hughes won the award a few years ago. I love seeing this because not only are they accomplishing their dreams, but they're doing it together as buddy-buddy. You know, I love seeing best friends just stick it out and stay together for a long time. And hopefully this is going to be a very, very beautiful future for them together to stay around. I got that in common, the success of being broadcasters and stuff. So, yeah, shout out to them. Congratulations for that. All right, guys. We got to talk about this. Something that we did on Friday was dealing with the Dr. Pepper and pickle craze. I know you guys have probably heard about it. The video and the package that our very own Kelly Marsh did went viral. So we're actually going to get into the comments that you guys did later on in the sprint, probably after the break. But first and foremost, again, Kelly Marsh headed out to Sonic to get the kind of the pickle Dr. Pepper to see where everybody was at on it. I tried it, and I'm going to let you guys watch this so you can kind of see my thoughts on it.
Can I get the Dr. Peppers with pickles drink?
Okay, what size?
Go ahead and give me a small. If you're scratching your head about this unlikely combination, you are not alone. We have heard of a pickle on a burger or a sandwich or even the side of your meal, but it's a first to have one as a garnish in a soda. That hasn't stopped people from ordering it at their nearby Sonic. Do you hear a lot of people ordering it through this store?
It's more people than I would think.
It seems like the internet can't get enough of it. Videos with thousands of views all taking us through the taste test of the Dr. Pepper and pickles drink. So, of course, we had to try it for ourselves. That's interesting. So first you get the hit of the Dr. Pepper and then comes the aftertaste of the pickles. It's not bad. It's really not bad. I decided to take samples around the newsroom to see what others thought of this Pickalicious drink. Let's say the reviews were very mixed.
No.
It's a no from you.
It's a no pickle.
Oh, God. I'm sorry. Oh, God, no. No, ma'am.
I mean, I don't hate it.
Absolutely disgusting.
2 thumbs down.
2 thumbs down. Not everybody can love it.
It's not bad. It's not horrible.
Everyone has something to say about the quirky combination. It's tangy, it's sweet, but most of all, it is very unexpected.
Yeah, so if you guys noticed my face in that, you noticed that, yes, that was a legitimate gag. I am not a fan. It does not taste good at all. It is something that I'm like, oh, who came up with that? When I had it, it literally, it was mostly pickle. So first of all, you already know when your brain is set to drink, anything pickle related, you can handle it, because you're just expecting that pickle flavor, but mixing it with that sweet Dr. Pepper, ugh, it's not my cup of tea. Not throwing shade at anybody out there who like this combination, but I was just like, no, ma'am. And then I think the thing that hit me the most is that you can smell it first, and my brain just immediately started having a heart attack. I was just like, what's about to happen? So anyways, that was my thoughts on it. A lot of people said no in that video. You had Connor, who was kind of in the middle on the fence. Well, we went to the comment section, and all of you guys had so many funny things to say. Some of you guys were like, no. Some people were excited to try it. So we're going to give some shout outs to those of you who actually got on our Facebook page and dropped some comments, and that's coming up after the break. But first and foremost, let's get to meteorologist Chris Michaels. It was a bit humid walking outside earlier today, so let's get to him with our Monday forecast.
Happy Monday, guys. Today, starting out kind of sticky. Temperatures in the 60s, 80s by the afternoon. Yeah, the humidity's a little higher today than it's been the past few days. That's going to contribute to some storm chances. They're going to be scattered anytime between noon and 8 p.m. No real rhyme or reason to that. We'll copy and paste today's forecast onto tomorrow.
All right, Chris, make sure you keep that weather app handy because it's going to help you out. Again, after the break, we'll get into that comment section of what all you had to say about the pickle Dr. Pepper craze from Sonic. And we're also talking about this sweet story right here. A man who was homeless trying to provide for his cat, get him the right medical attention that it needs. We're going to get into the details of that. And again, just a sweet story about what he's doing to make that happen and how the community hopefully is stepping in to accomplish that goal of his. That's coming up after the break. Do not go anywhere. Right here on the Sprint, WSLS.com. Welcome back to the Sprint. Let's get right into it, man. All right, we're talking about the Dr. Pepper pickle craze. You guys saw the story earlier, and the question is, what do you guys think about this particular beverage? All right, let's get right into it. First comments coming in. Robbie said, yuck. And then Robbie is asking for somebody else's opinion. Chevy comes in and says, Robbie, I'm not sure how I feel about this, but I would try it for science. That is hey, go ahead with your bad self. Our next commenter coming in, shout out to D-Vale coming in, says Kool-Aid pickles are popular in Texas, but not my thing. I like my pickles and Dr. Pepper separate. Amen. That's me. I mean, that's not a sin to think that way. So yeah, I keep my stuff separate as well. And of course, Brian and Jacqueline coming in with the puke emojis. Coming up, we got some more commenters coming in. This person says, Kayla says, I love it. And then Tina comes in and says that I wouldn't come near it if I can't stand the smell of pickles. It would be an acquired taste. Girl, when I tell you that pickle smell will hit you in the face 100%. And that's something I think that made me kind of gag. Marquita says, it's a no for me, dog, with the Randy Jackson meme. And then Rick comes in, was just like, yuck. We got quite a few of those on here, too. Next commenter says, let's see, Lori comes in and says that I haven't tried this. I am tempted, though. And then Deb Germ, I think is how you pronounce it, says that, Lori, me too. I love pickles and Dr. Pepper. I ain't mad at this. Might be surprisingly good or might make me puke. Excited to see which one. That is somebody dedicated right there. I love it. Our next commenter came in and they said, okay, Teresa comes in It says, no, thank you. Jamie comes in and says that gross pickles are and everything they touch. Oh, yeah. So pickles ruin everything they touch. And then Amber says that, why you got to go do that, Dr. Pepper? And then another person says, why spoil a good thing? And then Robbie agrees with Ruth saying that it's a drink. It's perfect. Why mess with it? Okay, yeah. So I'm with you on that. Basically, they're saying that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And obviously, don't mix in two things that don't belong together. But some people might think it does. I don't know. And then our last but not least commenters come in and says, Suzanne says, I prefer mine with lemon. Talk about Dr. Pepper. And then Lacey Hill Jr. says, so basically, the Coke and peanut era. I might have to try this. I'm not a fan, but again, to each their own. Go out there and try it. You guys leave us a review and tell us what you think. We're going to get to Jazzy Jazz to see if she would try it or if she has tried it. I know she is a big fan of mixing pickles and all her foods and drinks, so we're going to get to her later on in the sprint. But first and foremost, we got to give some love to our girl, Simone Biles, man. Check this out. Girl is going off the chain, won her 9th U.S. Gymnastic Championship, won the title last night, closing out the U.S. Gymnastics Championships Fort Worth, Texas. The win officially clinched the spot for Biles in the U.S. Olympic trials later this summer. She is now the first gymnast, man or woman, to win 9 all-around titles. Biles finished with the highest to-date score on 4 events and says it's something that she has done only once before at Nationals in 2018. Congratulations to you. I tell you, man, that girl, not only did she come back slaying, but look at that leotard, though. Beautiful, she's just looking like an angel. So shout out to Simone. I do not doubt that she's going to be representing USA big time. Speaking of America, USA, man, Ninja Warrior is back, man. It's returning tonight for its 16th season, following a milestone season that saw Vance Walker become just the 3rd person to win the show's $1 million prize. Walker is among the Ninjas back this season, trying to make it back-to-back $1 million wins. Says American Ninja Warrior airs tonight at 8, right on 10 News. Now, also, apparently this is supposed to be the hardest competition that they've had as well. Harder things, harder obstacles and stuff. Anybody who can do this, I take my hat off to you because, man, it requires so much strength in areas that you wouldn't even think that you needed to be strong in, like your finger grips, your arms, your biceps, like everything. So, yeah, congratulations to everybody who's won in the past, and good luck to everybody who's vying for it right now. Let's get to this heartfelt story. Again, the sprint all about making you smile, and this story will actually make you smile and tug on your heartstrings. It may just inspire you to do something good if you could probably help this dude, even if he's from South Carolina. Check this out. South Carolina man without a roof over his head has made a friend who was also without a home. James Malcolm bonded with a stray cat named Bugs, but Bugs got into a little bit of a trouble and needs the vet. So Malcolm, leaning on the help of the public to make it come together. Here's his story.
James Malcolm walks to most places, or sometimes he might take the bus.
Well, let's see if he's done run off to hide yet.
But of all the places he goes,
it's kitty, 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 cat, Bugs. Where'd you go, Bugs?
He always makes a stop to see Bugs.
Up. Oh! I try not to go more than maybe about a day or two without coming here, so I'm out here several times a week.
The pair have been getting to know each other for years now.
I've known Bugs since he was a kitten. He is to me like a child to me. He's like a member of my family. He's like my own kid.
He makes a point to visit.
If I walk, about 45 minutes. Bus, about 10 to 15.
And if he has money from day labor, food and a quart of milk from the nearby Food Lion.
He loves milk. That's his favorite thing. He loves fresh whole milk. He'll drink a whole bowl of it all by himself, left to his own devices.
But now, Bugs needs help beyond what James can do.
I know he's in pain, but the question is how much?
Bugs has a wound on his belly, a cut from one of the other cats that's not healing.
The longer it goes, the greater the odds are that that wound is going to get infected and I'm going to have a major problem on my hands.
James is now trying to raise money for a visit to the vet so Bugs can get patched up and keep coming around when James goes calling.
That's that loving feeling. It's nice to know somebody, even if it's only a cat, somebody out here cares about you. So that kind of warms my tiny little hearts. Bugs.
So it's a sweet story because literally my thing is that we would do anything for our pets, but it also pulls on your heartstrings because you already know that this man, he doesn't have much of his own, on his own accord. So the fact of the matter is that he's doing whatever he can to raise money so that his cat can stick around with him. I think is something that is just by far a blessing, and I pray to God that somebody it will step in and help him get what he needs to do. Trying to see if I can find his GoFundMe right now, and I think I just found it. Oh, yeah, I think I just found it. Help me save Bugs, the Wonder Cat. Yeah, no, guys, check it out. This actually has so far raised over $3,863 with a goal of just $3,000. So I knew it. I knew this was that kind of story where the community was going to jump in and help, and they did just that. Jazz, like everybody has been jumping in and helping out this guy, and the fact that he reached his goal with trying to get him, get Bugs a vet, I think that's just super sweet.
Oh, yeah, I love seeing the community come together for a good cause, and they really wasted no time, just jumped into action and doing what needed to be done to help this little pet and help his fur baby get better again. So I know as any pet owner, seeing your pet go through any sort of injury or any sort of harm is incredibly stressful because you don't really know how severe it may be. So I know for him, I know he was extremely worried about his little cat. So I'm glad that everyone jumped in to support, didn't even hesitate, and did what they needed to do to raise. I mean, what you said they raised like $3,000?
Yeah, over $3,000. It's over $3,000.
That's insane, and that just goes to show that people are really willing to support you and willing to step in where it's needed. So it's always a really nice thing to see a whole community come together and just really just give their support when it's needed.
And the thing that actually kind of tugs on my heart is that here you're dealing with a guy who doesn't have much. He could do a GoFundMe for him. He could do something for, to get himself some type of, resources. But his first instinct is to help his cat out that he met while being homeless. And I think, Lord bless it. I hope they can stick around together for years to come.
Oh, yeah. It shows how selfless he is. Because like you said, he could have very well made one for himself. But his primary concern was with his cat. And he could hear in the interview how worried he was about the health of his cat. And he just really wanted to see the cat do better and get better. And I know, like I said, as a pet parent myself, it is so stressful when your pet isn't well because you don't really understand how severe it could be. Because it honestly could be anything. So, and vet bills are very, very expensive.
Right.
Let alone someone that's trying to afford it, that's still trying to get his feet on the ground. So I'm really glad the community just stepped in the way they did to help back this little cat and help them get better.
Yeah. Okay, Jazz, what do you think about your favorite soda drink? What would you look? So, guys, I'll be clouding with Jazz. Jazz, I saw you shake your head immediately. Is this not your cup of tea?
No, ma'am. I'll keep pickles on my burger. It does not need to get mixed up with my drink. I'm good.
Jeez, it's up to see how much action it got online was pretty fun. Like I took down there every comment, man. People were active about this.
Oh yeah, I love seeing just the feedback and the responses that we got from people on social media. But I honestly knew when Kelly pitched the story in our editorial meeting, I knew it was going to be a huge talker. But because I hadn't even heard of it. But because she wrote up to the drive-through and they knew exactly what she was talking about. So it's a thing, but I wouldn't try it. I would not.
All right, Jen. All right, girl. Well, you got anything else, my girlie?
No.
All right. Well, have a great rest of your day.
All right.
Bye. Again, guys, that was, I'm telling you, as a person who's tasted it, it's not, if you don't like things merging, AKA pickles / Dr. Pepper / pickles in anything, in my opinion, only where pickles belong are maybe on a sandwich or on a burger. And even then, I replace my pickles with jalapenos. I can't stand it on Chick-fil-A. Go to Chick-fil-A, get a chicken sandwich. Do not put the pickles on there because it makes the whole sandwich smell like pickle, So anyways, that was my thoughts on it. Let us know your thoughts on it, but let us also know your thoughts on any of the stories that we talked about today. Again, this sprint is all about taking a break from that heavy news of the day and giving you a chance to just look at some of the good that is happening around the world around our community, and things that'll just keep you talking, keep you smiling, and keep you guys engaged and having that conversation going as a back and forth. So if you got anything you want us to talk about or anything you want us to say, or you got something to say, send it our way, and we would love to give you a shout out for our next episode on The Sprint. We'll be back here again tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening, WSLS.com. That's where you get your good break of the day right here on The Sprint from the Heavy News Cycle. I'll see you then.